Namaste, Ucho, Khushi. Today I will discuss the topics which is related to your embedded system. Okay, so firstly, starting the discussion of your topics of the embedded systems, I will introduce myself. My name is Kan Kumari and Faculty of Education and Methodology. So I will today teach you the topics which is based on the characteristics and challenges of embedded system. Clear? So I'm going to share the screens and that will help to you to easily understanding the things. Clear? So you see here, this is the basically the topics which I will discuss today. Your first is the characteristics and the advantages, disadvantages, and the applications, and what are the challenges in the embedded system. Clear? So comes to this first topic. What is the characteristics of embedded system? This is basically a single function. I can also say that it is a single function. Why I'm saying that this is a single function? Embedded system is single function because embedded system usually performs specialized operations and does the same repeatedly. Suppose you are there is a device which is basically used to show you the time. Like that device name is watch. The main function of that watch is only a single function that what they are showing to you the times, correct times, isn't it? So there, so you can also say that the embedded system is basically based on a single function devices. Clear? Like see here the a pager. Pager always functions as a pager. The pager, which is basically used, and their main functions is to showing you the pager. Second thing is the what? Tightly constrained. Okay. What do you mean by the tightly constrained? All computing systems have the constraint on the design matrix. It means what design matrix? Whenever you are going to design a devices that is basically based on the embedded system, isn't it? That is basically based on the real time. But those embedded systems can be especially tight. Design matrix is a measure of the implementation features, such as the what is the cost, isn't it? Whenever you are going to design any devices in embedded systems, particularly, then their main metrics will be what? What is the cost of that devices? What is the size of that devices? What is the power of that devices? What is the efficiency of that devices? Isn't it? And what is the performance of that devices? These all are basically the metrics which is kept in mind during the designing of that devices. It must be the size to fit on a single chip, must perform in a fast process data in the real time and consume minimum power. It means consumptions of power is very less. Okay. Reactive and the real time. What characteristics? Third characteristics basically it is embedded system is reactive and real time. So what is the meaning of the reactive and real time? Embedded system must continually react to the changes in the system's environment, isn't it? And must compute the certain results in the real time without any delay. It means what the devices basically performs on the real time and they doesn't show delay. Maximum times they don't take the delay. Consider example, a car controller is continually monitors and reacts the speed and the brake sensor. It must compute accelerations or deaccelerations repeatedly within the times, isn't it? Whenever you are driving the cars at that time, the car is basically based on the real time. Whenever you are in the fully main controlling of your brakes and the speed is by the users, isn't it? So it must compute acceleration and acceleration repeatedly within that limited of the time. So whenever you have to accelerate that things is what your brake and your speeds, isn't it? You have the full control over that one. So fourth one is a microprocessor based. You always know that every device is basically based on the processors, and in the embedded systems, microprocessor is used. And memory, isn't it? Memory is also required for designing any devices. which is based on the embedded system. It must have a memory as its software usually embeds in the ROM. It doesn't need any secondary memory in the computer. Okay. Connected. Connected means what? It must have connected peripherals to connect input output devices. It means what? The devices and embedded system. Now, whatever the devices is basically used to design the real times, they have one characteristic, that is the connected. It means input and output devices are basically connected with that one, isn't it? Now, last one is the hardware software system, isn't it? Software is basically used for more features and it is flexibility. If you want to flexible that one, it means software is easily flexible at any places and any universe, isn't it? And it is very compatible. Hardware is used for the performance and the security purposes. I'm using that one. This is the basic architecture. What like SIP and the memory is required. In analog input output devices, digital input output processors is also required for the design. Now, second one is the advantages. What is the advantages? It is easily customizable. Okay. And second one, low power consumptions. The designing of the embedded system devices is basically kept under these points, but it should be easy customizable. It means if you want to improve any performance or any efficiency of that particular devices, then you can also add some features on that devices. Okay, so it is easy customizable. And second one is low power consumptions. The cost of that one is low and the performance should be enhanced compared to the others, isn't it? Now, disadvantages. High development efforts. It requires high development efforts, larger time to market. Now, discuss the applications of the embedded system. Whatever the applications of the embedded system, there are various applications whatever you are using, like in household appliances, suppose microwaves, oven, television. These all are the audio players, integrated systems in the aircraft and missiles, cellular phones, whatever the phones you are using, smartphones, electronics, motor controller, engine controller in automobiles, calculators which you are using in daily lives, medical equipments, videos, game, digital musical instruments. These all are the applications of the embedded system. Now, what are the basic challenges in the embedded system? That how much hardware do we need to designing that particular devices? How big is the CPU and the memory? It means how much memory will be required to for that particular device, and what is the processor performance should be required. Suppose we are using the Core i3 processors, isn't it? Core i5 processors. So this is basically kept in mind during the designing of the devices, implementation of the devices. How do we meet our deadlines? Whatever the deadlines, this is basically based on the real times. Faster hardware and the clever software. Should we? How to minimize the power? It means low consumptions of the power supply. Turn off unnecessary logical memory reduces. Does it really work? And the specifications correct. Implementation made to the specifications. How do we test for the real characteristics? How we will test on the real data, how we will work on the system, and observability and controllability is the most important challenges in the embedded system. Okay, thank you.